Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess with me, the Doctor. In the last episode, well, you can see what we were doing. We came here to Kakariko Village and took Prince Rutela here to safety. In this episode, well, obviously, I don't really have to say what we're doing here. We are following Rutela's ghost here, strangely enough, to they said the ruins of Kakariko Graveyard, but it's not ruined, it's just not the nicest place. Anyway, let's see what she wants. So, that tablet disappears, and we can then crawl through this tunnel. Fantastic butt cam there. So if we head over there. Wow, she's talked to us a lot about what this is. This is indeed the power to swim and respire like a Zora. I am deeply grateful for you for aiding my son in his time of need. You were right to bring him here. Kakariko Village is a sacred place for the Zora people. It is where we take our eternal rest. My husband in life, the King Zora, also rests his spirit here. It is no coincidence my son found his salvation in this place. That which I have promised you is within this grave. During his lifetime, my husband created garments specifically for the chosen hero, garments that house the abilities of the Zora. And indeed, just like that, we got the Zora armor. The Zora was handed down through the Zora royal family. If you have it equipped, you can move freely through the water, but you will be more vulnerable to fire and ice attacks. Now at last I can join the king in his slumber. And yet my son, he still knows nothing of my death. If you see him again, please pass on this message. Tell him he must not grieve his mother's passing. Tell him she wants him to be brave and live on as the king of our people. And tell him his mother loves him without end. Tell him. Well, it's a good thing you found all your friends and picked up that nifty Zora armor, but aren't you forgetting something kind of important? That last fused shadow. Remember what Farron the Light Spirit said? He said you would need the fused shadows to defeat the Dark Overlord Zant and save the world. So even if you go back now with all the people you saved, the whole tragedy would just repeat itself. So let's go get to it. We need to get to the temple on the lakebed of Lake Hylia. Well, just in case you've forgotten what we're doing, it's also a really nice sunset? Rise? There's weird aurora things as well, I'm not sure what they're supposed to be. But we have one of my favourite bits of design of the game. We have the Zora armor, and it looks so cool. It's got little flippers on the feet, well, fins technically. It's got like the Zora helmet. It's a really cool look to it, and it looks really kind of sleek and streamlined. And indeed, some powers. We can swim freely, move everything around, and as long as you hammer A, you'll build up in speed, or you can just hold A to move at a constant speed. And then if you put the iron boots on, you'll sink. And of course, you can breathe forever underwater, because we're like a Zora. So, that's awesome. Now, got one more quick thing to do in Kakariko Village. We need to head back to the village and over to the bomb shop. Now, here at the bomb shop, if you remember last episode, we got a second bomb bag from Isa. The first thing we're going to do is use that. If we open up our menu, we'll see that we have two bomb bags. One's got 30 bombs and one's got 18 bombs in it. So we need to get rid of those before we can do anything important with it. So if you go into this counter and talk to Bombs, this is the bomb buyback counter. And indeed at this point he will buy your excess bombs. So we'll empty one of our bomb bags, get 27 rupees for it, which is pretty cool. Go away, stop trying to take more of my shit. So now we have... Oh, he's gone back over there. We have an empty bomb bag, as well as one that's full of normal bombs. So... let's fill this one with his new wares, water bombs. So basically these are bombs that work underwater, obvious enough. We will need these a lot coming up soon, so I'm going to buy all 15 of them, which fills the bomb bag. Bomb bags can be filled with different things depending on the type of bomb, so standard bomb bags can hold either 30 regular bombs or 15 water bombs. Anyway, we're now going to go on a hell of an expedition. Because we need to get to... well, hold on a sec. Actually, in fairness, no, it's not even going to be on this map, so it doesn't matter. Map, please, future Doctor. We need to get up here to Zora's domain, but the Bridge of Eldin here is missing. So, remember, the Phantom Bridge Thief struck back. I'm not going to do the little thing there, but I'm thinking it. So, we need to go all the way around that whole way. Basically, do what we did last episode, and then some. So, I will see you up at Zora's domain after a fair ride. So here we are, and this is actually our first time here, being here during daytime, not twilight or nighttime, and so our first time hearing the Zora's Domain music, which is exactly the same as it was on Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. But hey, a lot of the stuff in this game is remixes, because this is basically supposed to be, essentially, the people who didn't want Wind Waker and who wanted Ocarina of Time again, this game was intended for them. And it actually does a fairly good job at it, to be honest, in my opinion. Anyway, boulder here to be destroyed with bomb arrows. I use bomb arrows a lot when I should really use bombs, because a bomb arrow wastes both a bomb and an arrow, but it's faster, you'd have to wait for the fuse to go on them. Oh, it's also worth noting at this point, there is no such thing as water bomb arrows. If you put water bombs, if you combine water bombs with your arrows, you will just make normal bomb arrows again, except for the fact that they will use your water bombs, but they will not work underwater, because I don't believe you can use the bow and arrow underwater. Might have to test that. But yeah, water bomb arrows, not a thing, unfortunately. So we come here to the throne room, which is now far less creepy, and we're going to dive into this main bit, because we've got the Zora armor we can float under, and see something quite cool. Out of interest, just so you know, if you take the iron boots off and just kind of don't swim around, you just end up floating at the same level, which is kind of cool. But if we L-target this, you can see there's something in it that we can L-target. That's interesting in its own way. Two little purple dots. We should do something about this. Specifically, I know why not. Let's test out our new water bombs. Plonk them down and swim away. Yeah, that's a Goron. You are quite right. I am finally out. Thanks, brother. I took a nap and found myself swallowed up in lava and somehow very far from home. Yes. Well, let me give you a token of my appreciation, brother. This is all I have on me right now. I hope it will do. So we got a bag with bombs. We've got a third bomb bag, and this one comes full of just default bombs, I think it is. Apparently, Goron's perfectly capable of breathing and speaking underwater. Who knew? But yes, I guess that's one of the weirder moments in the game. But yeah, so with that was in fact the rock that we teleported here from Death Mountain. So it must have landed on Death Mountain with him inside it, then we teleported it here, and so yeah, he's been through a lot, poor bastard. But yeah, we got a bomb bag, and it comes with 28 bombs in it. Oh no, 30 bombs. I was like, the 28 is from my other bomb bag. So we've got 2 bags full of regular bombs and 1 of water bombs, which is pretty sweet. Anyway, with that done, we're actually done in Zora's Domain for now. So we're gonna head and go to Upper Zora's River. Oh no, fish man! Go away. What's he offering me? I don't know what he's offering me, but I don't want it. Oh, he can just take you up to the throne room. Fuck, I had no idea about that. Well, the things you learn when LPing a game, I guess. Anyway, no, what we want to do is head to Iza's hut, because it's time to play that little game of canoeing down the river again. Hey, welcome. Thanks to you, we're back in business. Well, we can't offer much, but just make yourself at home. And of course, if you want a boat to ride, just let me know. I'd be happy to rent you one. So, we played a little game with her. Basically, it's the same as last time, except we have to pay 22 rupees to do it this time. But we've got bomb arrows once again, and this time there are pots we need to smash on the way down. You've seen this route because I did it last episode, so I'll probably just kind of do edited highlights of it. You will gain 1 point for every yellow pot you smash, and 2 points for every red one you smash. You have, unlimited bomb arrows, and every time you hit a wall or a solid object, you will lose 1 point. Get more than 25 points before the end. It's not the easiest thing ever. Shouldn't give me too much trouble, let's hope. But we'll really find out about that, won't we? If we shoot that. Oh, bollocks, that completely missed. Be sure to draw the bow all the way back with B, like hold B for a couple of seconds, otherwise your shot won't really go on a normal trajectory. It's tough to explain, but yeah, they'll kind of sag a bit more than they should. But yeah, really just kind of make sure you spend a lot of time adjusting your course to kind of make sure that you don't hit shit. Steering is all well and good, but in reality you'll also need to accelerate as well as steering. Like, you'll need to steer in a direction and then hold forwards to actually really adjust yourself in that direction, otherwise you'll basically just spin and not actually angle yourself. Oh, look at that. Obviously, because you lose a point, you gain a point for smashing a yellow jar, but lose a point for hitting a surface. If it's a choice between the two, just do nothing, really. There's no point hitting a jar, but also being hit to do so. So really just ignore everything and just continue on, and because the chances are as well there's a tendency if you bounce off a wall to then end up bouncing off another one, so try and focus on not hitting shit really. But I'm doing well enough so far. Actually, I say well enough, I'm actually technically doing perfectly. I'm going to hit something here if I'm not careful. Should really take some time to adjust my course here. Oh, tease it. Actually, we're fine. Oh, okay, we were slightly close to that. Perhaps not as close as I feared, but hey, wallop. Oh, I'm good at this. Yeah, you got to take into account the fact that bomb arrows also arc. They do a bit of a ballistic trajectory. Oh, bollocks, 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 bollocks! Up! We're okay, we're fine, we're fine. I know exactly what I'm doing. I said I was going to cut this, but I'm really just talking a lot through it. Shit! Oh no. Ah, that hit, brilliant. I thought I was going to both hit the wall and miss the rock, which would be worse than the situation I described earlier, because that would be just net loss of one. I want to go left, I want to go left. Hup, hup. Oh no, oh no! Oh, well, gained one, lost one. That's alright. We're still doing okay for where we are and how many points we've got. We're actually doing really well, so we're doing fine. Doing fine! Nothing to worry about at all. Now here I want to make sure I'm right down the middle here, because the currents are a bit panickety. Oh, tease! Bollocks. Well, time to make some points up, I guess. Right. Go. No, 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 no! Whoop! Let's hit that. And forwards, forwards, left, 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 left. Whoop! Right, we're fine. We are absolutely fine. Let's get that one there, that one there. Oh, bags of points. Man, that actually went really well. What do we hit? Twice? And we hit every single pot? So I think there's a total of 30 points available. So yeah, actually went pretty well. How unusual. Oh, let's go for the sick handbrake turn again. Oh, handbrake turn! Oh, it didn't work this time. I think it was too late in trying to do it. Well, I tried to skip that cutscene because it takes ages for us to swim up to you. Nice view of the sunset, though. There we go. So, she will, theoretically. There we go. You 28 points. Congratulations! As the first customer to score at least 25 points, you receive this prize. And we get the giant bomb bag. This is weird, because this is actually 3 bomb bags. Every one of our bomb bags now has double capacity, which is extremely useful. So that means that they can hold 60 regular bombs or 30 water bombs. It's way too much of an ask for me to go back into Kakariko now to pick up more water bombs, but we'll come across bombs naturally. Anyway, what we need to do now is, you see that purple spot on the lake, we need to swim over to it. Speeder on! And once we're over it, we just need to go down, and the quickest way of doing that is iron boots, because sinking is faster than swimming, especially when you have metal shoes. I just like that the music kind of fades away as you swim down. So there are Zoras down here, it's worth noting. And also, our main goal is behind us here, actually, so we want to sink over here. So let's test out, once again, our water bombs. You can only use water bombs if you're wearing the iron boots. So like if you're swimming like that, it doesn't work. You need to be feet planted on the ground. Let's place one here to uncork this geyser. Both sound wrong. I don't know what I say. Like, legitimately, it's one of those things like scone or scone. Both kind of sound right and wrong in their own way. Anyway, as you can see, there's a rock up there, so if we place another water bomb, it gets carried up by the current just to the right height. Oh! Just about survived. That could have been embarrassing, but wasn't. Come on, there we go. Enter the Lakebed Temple. It's actually quite late in the episode, but oh well, we'll make this a slightly longer one. So, as you can imagine, large portions of this temple are, of course, large portions of this temple are in fact submerged. Not large portions of this table are in fact suspended. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, watch out for the berries, or are they berries? They're certainly one of those two types of thing, and if you get too close to them, they'll electrocute you. This is an interesting temple. Some people are deeply infuriated by it. I really like it. Let's start by... We've got an empty bottle, so let's kill this choo-choo and scoop it up. Scoop it up. There we go. Got some cheeky bit of red potion there, which recovers 8 hearts, which is all of our hearts at the moment, so that's pretty damn good. Anyway, in this first room, there's some small change, but more importantly, there is a thing. Let's get rid of that one as well. If you've got any more bottles, fill them with chew jelly at this point, because why not? You never know, you might need it later. 10 water bombs, which is useful. We'll be using water bombs quite a lot in this dungeon, so... Oh, buzz. So that'll kind of fill the extra space we've got in the bomb bag. And here as well, there's also 20 arrows. I wonder if bomb arrows are going to come into this dungeon at all. I frickin' wonder. Choo-choo. Oh, more choo-choos, good lord. Anyway, if we jump at this thing, we open the door, which is awesome. And there's a slow animation. But yes, you can always come back here at any point if you basically need any more potions, but we have, I believe, half a glass of milk and a fairy. So we should be fine for now. Let's proceed onwards. Whoa, that's treacherous. Don't you think you ought to knock these stalactites off the ceiling first? They don't look to be very stable. I bet they break pretty easily if you hit them with enough force, don't you think? Hinty, hint, hint, hint. The game has given you bombs. The game has given you arrows. The game has said these stalactites are weak and will break with force. Obvious game is obvious. Anyway, if we break all of them down, we make a way up for ourselves and encounter a new enemy. This is the Helmosaur. They will charge at you and they have an armoured front. What did we learn 2 episodes ago? Wallop! They are killed nice and easily in one backslice, and they come up quite a lot in this dungeon and slightly later on in the game. I always think they look like the Pokemon Lairon, but maybe that's just me being sad. You get a slightly better way of dealing with them for later on, but the backslice is still extremely efficient. The door we want to go through is over to the right there, but actually we're not going there yet. We're going to come up here and open another chest. Nope, open another chest. Oh! Come now, Link. Open another chest. There we go. That wasn't so hard, was it? And we get 10 water bombs. So I believe that's now us up to full water bombs, which is 30, which is awesome, and more than we'll need in this dungeon, so that's very useful. But obviously, if you don't have any of the expansions of bomb bags, you just come with 15, which is somewhat of a bit of a push, especially if you don't know what you're doing exactly. Anyway. Surprisingly, a lot of water in the old Lakebed Temple. And soon enough you'll see, Lizzlefoss. Not anymore. Lizzlefoss are your kind of like standard warrior-like enemy. You'll come across them a lot in a lot of forms. They usually tend to be armed, armoured, and quite interesting to fight generally. You actually have to put some effort into it. But yeah, well, let's go through here. So this place follows the general rule of water-based dungeons in Zelda games like the Water Temple and the Great Bay Temple, of kind of being a massive confusing arse. But stick with me and you'll... I nearly said stick with me and you'll never go hungry again. That's not what I meant to say. That's a line from The Lion King, from one of the greatest Disney songs of all time. Underrated as well, that song is. But enough of me talking shit. If we come around here to the side, I'm kind of continuing going around. Oh, bollocks. There are parts of this room that kind of connect to other parts and parts that don't. But we want to come to this segment, and there's a chest here, which is pretty awesome. Let's kick it open. I believe it's just got arrows in it. Oh, I'm good. I know this game way too well. So, let's... Come on, stupid nunchuck. Still haven't bought a new nunchuck, because I'm a lazy bastard. If we jump and grab this thing... Yep, that's the gimmick of this room, and get used to this room. We will be here a lot. But obviously, yeah, you can rotate the... There are a number of ways to rotate the thing around that bridge. And also... Well, I don't want to spoil some of the cool stuff that'll be going on a bit later. One final thing before we actually move on from where we need to be. There's a jug here. Yeah, she says the same stuff always does. Uku! For warping. I will show that off at some point, I'm sure, but it is today is not your lucky day. Anyway, let's actually, we don't want to spin right there. We actually want to go to this segment over here. It's a bit of a bugger to get your head around, and I've had to practice this to make sure I actually know what I'm doing, because it's very easy to get lost and disorientated in this temple. We want, yeah, finally to spin the stairs from here. Well, that was suitably embarrassing. Let's actually try and do that properly this time. There we go. That wasn't so hard, was it? So with the stairs in this position, we now want to exit this way to the kind of like bottom left. Bit confusing, but you'll understand why we can't go through. Even though most of those doors seem like we can go through them, a lot of them we can't, and I'll kind of go through that when we get to it. Go away, Lairon. They are called Helmosaurs, I know, but I'm always going to call them Lairons, because that's just the kind of person I am. Anyway, what we want to do now is... If we bring out our bomb arrows again and shoot that stalactite. Oh, wow, that's... Oh, I hit that tiny thin chain in it. That was impressive. Anyway, if we come up here... Can't jump that high. If we come up here... There we go. So yeah, we want to... That's not the right one. We want to come over here, and we want to shoot that. And with that done, hop on here. That's a really loud... What is it with the water feature in this game being really loud? That's really bizarre. Anyway, I suppose it's because the sound comes from where the camera is, and the camera was right on top of it there. Anyway, with that thing in position, that kind of rock bounced on top of the water spout, we can hop over to here, and open up this chest. which gives us a key, which is awesome. So, you will have noticed on the opening flyby of that kind of like central chamber, it showed us that there was a locked door there. Wonder what we do. Let's head back over to the locked door. So, back in here, we can now... The locked door is, I believe, directly above us, so if we come back to here, and then we can just go around to the left, and we should be... That should, I believe, be the locked door? Really need to... There we go, yes, it is. Good! I do remember this place, which is awesome. Through we go. It's one of those things where, like, there's a lot of... It looks like there's a lot of options you can go, but actually, in reality, you can only really leave through one door at a time there. So it's not actually as confusing as it looks. It just means you end up spending ages trying all the possibilities, and it's just mildly annoying for that reason. Anyway, if we go straight to the left here, there's a Tektite who's mildly annoying, but there's also a chest. You'll notice a lot of chests throughout here will give you bombs and arrows and water bombs, because you kind of need all of them fairly... Oh, I keep doing that! You need all of them fairly regularly in this temple, so... I guess it likes to keep you stocked up with them. Did I hear a choo-choo? Oh well, never mind. But yes, if we go over here, firstly, if we look up at the ceiling, it just gave us bombs, so we need to use bombs. Good one. Okay, you can hop up onto here and climb here. Speeder, please, future doctor. And with us safely positioned up here, we can drop off. And we can make a leap of faith over to this thing. I'm going to make sure I'm actually lined up after failing this massively in the back of the central chamber. There we go. That opens the door underneath us. He said between us. So it was like, I'm an idiot. Anyway, if we go through to this room is actually directly above where we just were. This is on top of that kind of like carousel, and we're faced with another Lizzlefoss. Up, way! Backslice plus finishing blow. Very nice, easy way to deal with Lizzlefoss. Then you put your sword away like a badass. Because that's how we roll. And if we head through here, and then I believe if we head round to the left first, there is a water wheel, which we can't do anything with yet. Wonder what happens with that. But if we open this chest, we get another small key. And then finally, we can then cross back through this central room. I will cut that. Then if we go left here, behind this boulder, and past some Helmosaurs. Look, I didn't call them owl, they're ones. Go away. Oh, I just stabbed him right in the bum. Hooray! Oh, bollocks. Fuck it. I'm not gonna bother fighting you. Just gonna go straight through here to encounter a really freaking bizarre enemy. This is the gecko. Goes into a bubble, it's invulnerable while in the bubble. So we need to remove it from the bubble. Conventional explosives work well for doing that. Once it's out of the bubble, you can just wail on it and it really doesn't do anything. I don't even think the bubble can respawn under any conditions. But either way, that's a gecko. They're weird and dead. Go through here, which is locked, which you might needed the key. And we encounter, so there are two, if we look at the map, you can see this is actually quite, you can't really see that from the map, so I don't even know why I bothered showing that, but this is quite a symmetrical dungeon as a whole, and we're basically on the first of two water towers, which are these very strange kind of spiral structures. It's already probably been quite a long episode, Doctor. I'm just thinking that now we're probably at least 25 minutes, and we did a long one a while ago, not even a while ago, like 2 episodes ago, the one where we like explored around Lanayru Province. That was like a 28-minute marathon. I'm getting worse for doing that, but anyway, we just basically need to walk up this spiral staircase. Speeder on, please. Okay, so I may have lied there slightly. It's not a spiral staircase, it's just a spiral. Just a spiral, that's actually it. It's not, I was going to say spiral ramp, but it's no, you need to say ramp, it is just a spiral. But anyway, there's a chest at the top here. We have 10 bombs, which is awesome for our bomb arrows. Basically, yeah, water bombs are used for exploding shit, but then bomb arrows are useful. But if we... Go away, Tektite. You've confused me. Now I don't know what I'm doing. If we come up here... there we go. We can climb up this, onto this kind of archway. And jump and grab this switch. And that starts a water flow. Now you see why I call this a water tower. As you can imagine, this changes a lot throughout the whole dungeon. And as you can imagine as well, with me complaining about the time, I'm going to end the episode here. So thank you very much for watching. I have been the Doctor with the Infamous Gentleman, and this has been Twilight Princess. We've made our way through the Lakebed Temple, and next episode, we will be continuing with that. Thank you very much, and good day.